The first thing Roran Vale noticed was the steady beep of medical monitors. The second was the weight on his chest, small, warm, and breathing. His eyes cracked open to find a pair of golden, slit-pupilled eyes staring down at him with unwavering intensity. The young Velrathi cub, no more than 8 cycles old, sat perched on the edge of his medical bed, her striped tail coiled protectively around his arm. "Kira," Roran croaked, his voice rough as gravel. "You're supposed to be in the children's ward." The cub's ears flattened against her skull. She didn't move. Memory crashed back in fragments. The colony on Threshold 9. The separatist attack. The charges planted in the education center, where 17 Velrathi cubs had been learning about Earth literature. Roran had been there as a cultural liaison, reading them stories about dragons and knights when the alert sirens screamed. 6 seconds. That's all the warning they'd had. He remembered grabbing as many cubs as he could, shoving them into the reinforced corner of the room. Remembered the others scrambling, crying, their educators frozen in terror. Remembered calculating angles, blast radius, and making a choice that every fiber of his training said was insane. Humans were durable. Humans had survived worse. The cubs wouldn't. So Roran Vale had thrown himself over the gap in their cover, spreading his body as wide as he could, and waited for the world to explode. The medical bay door hissed open. A Velrathi physician entered, her silver-streaked fur indicating advanced age and experience. She paused when she saw Kira still at Roran's bedside. "Little one," she said gently in trade common. "You need to eat." "No." Kira's voice was small but absolute. "He protected us. I protect him now." The physician's ears drooped in resignation. "She hasn't left since we brought you in 3 days ago," she explained to Roran. "None of them have strayed far. It's been unprecedented. 3 days?" Roran tried to sit up and immediately regretted it. Pain lanced through his back and ribs. The physician moved quickly, adjusting his bed to a reclined position. "You absorbed the majority of the blast," she said, her scanner already humming over his torso. 17 fractures, third-degree burns across 40% of your back, ruptured spleen, collapsed lung, and more internal bleeding than I've seen in 15 years of emergency medicine. By all rights, human, you should be dead. Humans are hard to kill." Roran managed a weak smile. "So I've learned." The physician's whiskers twitched in what might have been amusement. "Your species' redundant organs and remarkable healing factor are the only reasons you're breathing. Though I suspect your stubbornness played a role as well." Kira's small paw touched his hand. "You saved all of us," she whispered. 17 cubs. The educators said no one could survive what you did. They said you were foolish." "They might be right," Roran admitted. "They're wrong." Another voice came from the doorway. A slightly older cub, perhaps 10 cycles, stood there with 5 others crowding behind him. "Humans don't think like us." Teacher Mara explained it. "You calculated that your body could take the damage that would kill us. You chose pain over watching us die." The physician nodded slowly. "Their analysis is correct. The blast wave that hit you would have liquefied their internal organs. Your denser bone structure and muscular system absorbed and dispersed the energy. You turned yourself into a living shield." More cubs appeared in the doorway. Then more. Roran counted 12, 13, 14. "All 17 of us are alive because of you." The older cub continued. "The Velrathi Council has declared you a guardian of the young. It's the highest honor our people can give." Roran felt his eyes burning. Though whether from emotion or lingering smoke damage, he couldn't tell. "I just did what anyone would." "No." Kira's voice was fiercer now. "No one else would. Our own educators ran. The security personnel were too far away. You were the only one who moved toward the danger instead of away from it. Teacher Mara says that's what makes humans different. You run toward the fire." The physician pulled up a holographic display. "The entire colony has been asking about you. Your captain wants to speak with you when you're able, and the Velrathi matriarch herself has requested an audience." "Great," Roran muttered. "I hate formal ceremonies. You'll attend this one." The older cub's tone was surprisingly firm. "Because we will be there to honor you, and you will not dishonor us by refusing." Roran looked at the circle of young faces, at the fierce protectiveness in their eyes, at Kira's small paw still gripping his hand like she could anchor him to life through sheer determination. The Velrathi were a proud warrior species, but their cubs were their most precious treasure. He'd just thrown himself on a grenade for the children of another species, and in doing so, had apparently earned something deeper than gratitude. "Okay," he said softly. "I'll be there." Kira's purr started as a small rumble, then spread to the other cubs. The sound filled the medical bay, a chorus of relief and contentment. The physician's ears flicked upward in satisfaction. "Good. Now, you need rest, and these cubs need food. Kira, you especially. The human won't heal properly if you're too weak to guard him properly." The cub's eyes widened at the logic trap. She looked torn. "Go eat," Roran said gently. "I'll still be here, I promise." Reluctantly, Kira slipped off the bed. But she paused at the door, looking back. "You kept your promise to keep us safe. I'll keep mine to guard you." As the cubs filed out, chattering now in their native tongue, the physician settled into a chair beside Roran's bed. "You've created quite a bond," she observed. "Those cubs will remember you for the rest of their lives. Some will likely enter service to protect others because of what you showed them." "I didn't mean to be anyone's hero," Roran said. "I just couldn't let them die." "That," the physician replied, "is precisely what makes you one. Humans may not have our claws or natural armor, but you have something we're still learning to understand, an instinct to protect the vulnerable that overrides even self-preservation. It's terrifying and beautiful in equal measure." Roran closed his eyes, exhaustion pulling at him. Through the medical bay window, he could see Threshold 9's twin suns setting over the colony, painting the sky in shades of amber and violet. Somewhere in the children's ward, 17 cubs were safe, alive, and learning that heroes could come in unexpected forms. When he finally slept, he dreamed of small paws and golden eyes, and the fierce promise that some bonds transcend species forged not in words, but in the willingness to burn so others might live.